Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ever-addictive Civilization 5. I'm just having way too much fun playing this. So, I'm back recording the third episode for today, which is about an hour and a half of gameplay footage for you guys. I'll be uploading that. After all, these episodes do get pre-recorded, and then I upload them a little bit later on. So, if you guys are giving me any tips, they might come into effect a little bit later on, but I do read all your comments. So, what happened last episode is that we got a fair amount of culture, and we're digging up all these antiquity sites that are away from our own continent, because our own continent, we can work on that whenever we have time, whereas over in other continents, we really need to get on top of them real quick to steal them away from other civilizations, because we are so far ahead, both culturally as well as scientifically, I'd have to say. Definitely culturally though. That's only, I think, one other civilization, which is Indonesia, have progressed into the industrial age. We're already actually not in the industrial age. We are all the way over into the modern era now, because we've got radio, and of course we are getting the Eiffel Tower and Broadway. In the meantime, we're just studying the really basic necessities of military might, and so we can have a bit more military going on here. In the meantime, I was sending up these archaeologists. I'll probably send this guy up here, this guy over here, and we'll just keep on sending more archaeologists to steal from under the noses of Brazil and Indonesia. As well, if we check out recruit Casimir in Rio de Janeiro, uncovered that Pedro II is secretly plotting against Gaia Mada. So Brazil and Indonesia are definitely not the best mates, or best of mates, so that's all good. So we're also building up a broadcast tower, one archaeologist. Hopefully we'll be getting a couple more. Where am I sending this guy out? So there was one over here. Okay, they're already digging. So that's all good. Let's head over into the next turn now, so we don't talk too much and we actually get things done this episode. Russia, they are definitely sending out a lot of prophets as well as missionaries out over to our lands. I want us to convert to Eastern Orthodoxy, which ain't really gonna happen, I don't think. Sounds like Warsaw's not even religious, really. It's got 10 followers of some really weird faith, so that's all good with me. And plus, here we go, the people we all like to visit. So Boethius has completed the great works. Okay, so this is how many people we're influential over. Obviously, we're dominating everyone. We're influential over Assyria, although I wouldn't be surprised if Assyria ceases to exist. And we're doing well against Portugal and Indonesia. We need to do a lot better against the other three. We're closer look at how... Let's go... Yeah, there we go. So Venice is our closest threat now, as Brazil's carnival is finished. So Venice is on 27. Let's have a look. Influenced by player. Venice. They're only rising against Assyria. They're only 64.2%. They're actually at least influential over us, so that's a relief. So, oh wow, we can even adopt another policy. So I'd actually go with this. And I'll probably go with 34% tourism to other order civilizations. So that should help us out a little bit, because there will be some other civilizations that no doubt choose order. Maybe just not yet. Actually, no, not just yet. So let's go with something that can help us out. I'm definitely not going to be building any new cities, so that's pretty pointless. Factories increase the city's science output by 25%. That could help. That's what we're going for. And next up, we'll be able to get a level 3 tenant, which really helps us out. Because after all, it's level 3. This guy needs to come around here. And these guys, let's see. Okay, you need to come over here. Just one more move. Whereas you can come up over here. Along the road. What is that? That's just a farm. Okay, you've got sugar plantations. Now let's just keep on pumping out those archaeologists so we can get to work. Maybe we should go get this one Because after all, Brazil's not going to be too happy that we're stealing their sites, but that's life. That's life indeed. Alright, so Portugal's also got the biggest army, but we seem to be really good friends with them. Let's have a look. You have denounced leaders you've made declarations of friendship with, but that was Morocco, and they're long gone. Plus, Portugal also had fights with Morocco. After all, they've got Fez. Dundalo seems to be catching up. Oh, we're still good. Let's head over into the next turn, where we'll get the broadcast tower. And Broadway and the Eiffel Tower are coming along pretty nicely. The city becomes religious. Marrakesh and Rabat are still irreligious. That's alright. The more religions and the more multicultural we are, the more likely we are to win the cultural victory, I say. So that's not a problem. And Bratislava's not going anywhere anytime soon, although Gay and Marta and our little open borders treaty has ended, so we'll have to try to get that back. These guys are out of moves. These guys can start digging up. These guys should move over here. Beautiful. Oh, and Marrakesh has also adopted the religion. So we'll have 6 more tourism in a couple of turns, 4 to be exact. What have you guys done? You've built the broadcast tower. So maybe either a stock exchange or a hydro plant. A hydro plant would really help out. So let's go for that. 610 turns for a new person. It's not like I really need new people anyway. And now we're able to upgrade a lot of our units, but I won't. Instead, I'm going to send you all the way over here. After all, we can't go into Indonesian territory. We will later on. We'll see what they offer us next turn. All that's done. How are these guys doing? Still another turn. Okay. We're going to be doing so well. After we pretty much finish the Broadway and Eiffel Tower. Hopefully no one beats us. They shouldn't. But once we get both of them, then we'll just keep on pumping out the archaeologists. You're friendly with me now. Sorry. It might be disappointing for you, but I'm not a warmongerer after all. You're the dirty warmongerer. My ships better be exploring. Seems like they are. It's a nice relief. We've got 12 turns until another policy. Maybe not this turn just yet. Or this episode, I should say. You guys. Yep, you go work on that. I've got another archaeologist. Come down here. That should be okay. What else? These guys work on that. You can work on that. I'm not really sure why they tell us this, because I don't really think that Brazil is going to care too much. They're just going to be pissed overall that we're digging up sites in their territory, but I don't think they care if we replace their tile improvement. So back over here. Again, archaeologists, so we can go over to Venice. Something new, maybe another archaeologist. Just keep on wanting to spam them out. That's the way we want to play. Venetian army is marching a surprise attack. Okay, we already know that Venice wants to attack Assyria. Well, we don't even know where Assyria is. It must be somewhere here. Unless they're further down south. That's probably where they are, because Assur was their capital. That's long gone. Let's just keep on sending out the ships over here as well. You guys have all moved. Okay. Hopefully we've got enough spaces for all our great work slots. got 19, but they all need to be art slots. So we've got 2 over here. We're looking Marrakesh. Museum, okay. And then a broadcast tower also allows us a music slots where a great musician, still a little while yet until we get another one. So I'll get to work on the antiquity sites in our own territory, but let's head over back into the next turn. You guys have dug something up. Great, an Assyrian artifact. And this was an Assyrian city, Nineveh. Sounds like Nibia. And all right, so if we created a landmark improvement, that would give us the most amounts of culture points because it's in the ancient era, the very first one. So that'll give us the most of that. We are creating an artifact, push us up to 50 tourism. And might as well go back to tourism. Back to Poland's. Still rising against 3. 116% influential over Assyria. Probably going to get 200% influence over Assyria before we get 100% on anyone else. But we're doing very well. Okay. Head back over into the next turn. Hopefully we'll be getting some great people soon. Check. Not really. Ah, we've noticed that you've been looking for cultural artifacts within our borders. This needs to stop. I'll dig wherever I want. If you want to escalate it, you can. Not my problem. Not my problem at all. I don't seem to have much of a navy anyway. No one really does, apart from that one episode with Portugal. Now, that seems like it's their specialist unit or something.
The nation that destroys its soil destroys itself.
Wise words. If only our national leaders adhered to those words these days. With all the coal seam gas mining and all of that. Let's go back, open up this. Oh, winged hussars are coming up. Finally, after all this time. So, our privateer, which is all over here. Ah, hello. Oh, you've even got a great general into your territory. This is interesting. Zanzibar has an antiquity site within it. Very interesting. But you come around this way. So we've dug up this area. Let's go dig up this antiquity site then. Once Wads builds its own architect. Krakow, Rabat, and then Casablanca will have a factory in a turn. So I'll be able to build quicker there. It's pretty good. I hope you guys moved. You should be moving. Okay. These guys should be done soon. In another turn. That's going to be 52 tourism. And then, of course, these guys. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening. Brazil's probably going to be very peeved at us. But after all, we are friends with them, aren't we? We're going to have to go around unless... Well, too late now. But I'll talk to your leader. Let's go for open borders. Give you some salt. Okay. I don't need that extra salt, but I wouldn't mind the open borders. Even though I'm assuming they've only got one city. So, over here. Probably the harbour would help us out the most, because after all, we are trading a lot by sea from Casablanca to Yaroslavl and Makassar. Where's Makassar? Okay, it's over here. So now you guys move on. Go back to stealing from Indonesia. Just waiting it out for the Broadway and the Eiffel Tower. Maybe it would help if I put someone in here. There we go. 6 turns if I put them there, and factory. 6. Still 6 turns and I'll be stagnating, so I won't. I'll leave it as it is now. 6 turns there. And it's 7 turns in Krakow, where I'm pretty sure we're already focusing on production. Our workers are moving about somewhere in their little Mario caps, as you do. And then Marrakesh, that's going to be producing a ridiculous amount of production. It's not even going to be funny. Next turn again. It's like a game of Monopoly or something. And believe it or not, Monopoly is an Xbox game. There's some pretty wacky Xbox games these days. There's like Wheel of Fortune. That's a pretty good game to play though. It's pretty funny, but it's very much revolving around American culture. So as an Australian, I played it, and a lot of the catchphrases and all that are American. So if you're not big on American culture, then you probably won't know. We've got this archaeologist, who I will send up over this way. Thank you. Now I can choose some production. Marrakesh, 93 production. 2 turns for an archaeologist still. Say it costs 200 production. Let's see if we can do anything to increase production here. Not really. Stock exchange would be nice. Seems like a couple of our trading routes are over. Yep, most definitely up. Let's choose some more production. And maybe a factory in Wads. Or, yeah, probably a factory. Other people need orders. Let's go straight to Fez. Well, actually, no, Lisbon. It seems like that's obviously going to pay off the most, so why not? We're producing 19 gold. Not bad at all. Guys, move down there, and you guys move over to here. If you're able to. Let's come around to Cahokia. So one of them are going to be finished, and you guys are going to be finished. So we'll have 54 tourism. Go. This is getting really exciting now. Oh, seems like there's a Brazilian city around here. We've got open borders. You're not allowed to move them. Create an Indonesian artifact. 52. Create a Brazilian artifact. Oh, that's 56 now. Now we're rising against a lot more. Now it's just Brazil and Venice that we need to hurry things up along with. Wow. I'm really impressed with the way we got doing and going and all of that stuff. And then next turn, now have even more points. It's paying off. Because after all, we've still got all these antiquity sites in our own borders. So that's not a worry. How you guys going? You're out of moves. Let's go back into the next turn.
Как тебе понравится, если я предложу такой обмен?
Well, that was a previous trade, so I might as well do it again. After all, it has open borders, and we do need lots of culture to get around to Moscow, so they start celebrating Polish culture, start wearing Polish jeans and all that. Of course, I'm going to say that yes to that.
Deveremos prosperar.
Yes. Open borders are good borders. Or should I say, open borders are best borders. So the harbour will increase the amount of gold that we get from the ocean trade routes, which is a big relief. We can choose some more production. Maybe markets. We've already got the museum. Might really get anything to help us out with drastically. Maybe the aqueduct, actually. Go get the aqueduct because it'll produce 40% more food. At least it'll carry over. So that's a relief. And you guys come up around here. 12 turns, but it's worth it. Rabat's also got his archaeologists. I'll send over this way. The city-states are probably the best to go ahead and dig up from. I want you guys to come around here. Over here. Okay. So that's all good. Let's choose some production now. Back in Rabat. An archaeologist in 3 turns. Keep spamming them out. We've got lots of cities, so we can build a lot of stuff. Oh, Eiffel Tower went down to 5 turns now. Come on, guys. 64.8. You're at 67.5 production, whereas Marrakesh is at 94.8. We're producing a lot of science too, which is always nice. That's always going to help us. Port Aleza. It's actually up north, just a little island all by itself. Okay. So there's this antiquity site. But of course there's some dastardly bastards, barbarians there. So we got to watch out for them. Got 2 aluminium left. I think we can build a dam in Krakow as well. There's no river here. What about Casablanca? No rivers there as well. Still got a couple of these tiles which are pillaged. That's okay. It's not really an issue. Let's see how close everyone else is to us. Venice is catching, I think. Indonesia's now guarded because they've asked you to stop excavating their artifacts and you have ignored them. Indeed, we will ignore them because, well, they really don't pose any threat to us. I mean, what's the worst they can do? Kill an archaeologist? I don't think they'd do that. That'd be pretty nutty of them. Actually, how many turns do we have for another policy? 6. So after this, I should be able to get the T3, shouldn't I? And that's where the really good bonuses come in. That would really push us to victory with the tourism.
There never was a good knife made of bad steel.
Benjamin Franklin, and we've hit a golden age. So that's 4 turns left. That's good. It definitely sped up that golden age with culture. Now Casablanca has finished the harbour. Now we're making a lot more gold, as I had suspected. I think we'll go with. Let's see, Casablanca is still growing nicely. I'll go with the maybe something that'll speed up how fast we build things. I can't really find anything here, so I'll go with an archaeologist and I'll start stealing from Russia. Yeah, let's hit the next turn, I think. I'm able to get cannons now and all that, so I might as well because I've got so much money. Doesn't seem like it's costing us anything at all. Goes down to 50 for a second, then back up to 55. Because I know, I'm sure in the comments there's about 1 million people telling me to upgrade my units. So, get out of here. So, I will do that. What else do we have around? Pikemen. Now, pikemen can go change to winged hussars, which they are now. I'll actually move them out next turn so we guys can have a closer look at the Polish special units. In the meantime, you guys hurry up before Venice actually manages to capture that area. You guys be coming down here, and you should be coming over here. Did you get pushed back or something? Must have. Alright, you can't. I say why you can't get in there because there's pikemen. But next turn. Should be next turn. There's 2 more. At least some of you guys are going to be done. Who else needs orders? You need orders. I'll move you here. There we go. Create a Brazilian artifact. Yes, I will. 58 tourism now, and we are rising very quickly, apart from Brazil and Venice. But that'll change. 124% influential over Assyria. How's Portugal? We're supposedly rising quickly against them. Russia, they're pretty much screwed. 101 tourism. Of course, they imported all of their... Oh, wow, this is good. It actually tells us when we're going to be influential over a certain civ. So 107 turns against Portugal and 478 against Russia. It doesn't say if you're rising slowly, though. Okay. But we will be speeding things up because that's what we're doing at the moment. We're setting things up for victory. Stealing all the other antiquity sites. So they're all ours. All the antiquity sites can be mine. Oh, barbarians yet again. I'm down here. Sorry. The Ashurbanipal guy is definitely like the cockroach of the entire civilization world. He's staying alive for so long. So much longer than I'd ever thought he would. And these guys are shooting across the coast. Actually did a good job. We've noticed that you've been looking for cultural artifacts within our borders. This needs to stop. We meant no offense when attempting to steal your cultural heritage. Thank you for heeding our request. An artifact discovered on our lands belongs to our people, not yours. Well, to be honest, I'm doing the discovering. And secondly, you haven't even reached the industrial age, have you? No. But you should shut your face, mate. You've got no idea what you're talking about. But let's keep on building all of this stuff. Let's move the Winged Hussar here. Have a close look at it. As you can see, they have their little wings on their swords and all that. Let's move them back though, because after all, we get the cultural boost when we have units garrisoned in a city. I can't capture this though, can I? No. Let's choose some production. Finish the stock exchange, so now we're producing a lot more money again. Go with the archaeologist again, 2 turns. Jeez, how much? 110 production. Wow, we're going to be able to build anything that we choose. 2 turns for the Eiffel Tower and Broadway as well. It's going to be pretty useful. Now we're going to have to tell all our new units to go ahead and just chill out. Go to Lisbon. You guys also chill out. Where's this archaeologist? Let's get on Brazil's bad side again. Okay. You guys keep on moving here. You guys keep moving there. Okay, we'll be digging that up soon. We're digging this area up near Panama City. And how long do you guys have left? Next turn. Brazil's going to be really angry at us. I think next time if we dig up, they'll be angry. Well, that's the way it's going to have to be though. So. Hopefully you guys made the right choice by going there. Now you're all done. Let's just keep moving these guys around. Up over here, actually. So that's not going to get on anyone's bad side, which is good for us. And I think we're ready to go into the next turn. Tangier is going to be finishing its aqueduct after all this time. It's going to wait up 2 more turns, and I'll probably want to play even more, but then we'll have finally the Eiffel Tower as well as Krakow. Let's create a Brazilian artifact. 60 tourism. Oh, we slowed down against, I think it was Russia. We've sped up to 91 turns against Portugal, 215 against Indonesia, and Assyria we can't even check because we're already beating him, smashing him to smithereens. Alright. So you guys have all moved. You guys up here. Our ships have all moved, I think, as well. Be interesting to see what Brazil does. Or says. Russia's got... Oh, here we go. Very well. I personally don't care what Venice has to say. They can denounce us all they'd like. I'm surprised at why they'd do that, though. They were friendly with us. Oh well. As long as we keep on digging stuff up from their lands, it's all good. Maybe not for them, but for us.
Wars may be
discovered
fought with
military
weapons,
sites.
but they are won by men. It is the spirit of the men who follow and of the man who leads that gains the victory.
George S. Payton. You guys also dig up. We've got a cargo ship that's finished its trek. Now it's, as you can see, we've got a heck of a lot more trading routes open. I'll probably go with, let's see, Venice. We haven't traded with them. And that's going to help us out because we need cultural dominance over Venice. In the meantime, we've got another archaeologist who I will send out over maybe to this side or somewhere closer to home here. Actually, no, I should send him over to Russia. That's what I should do. I'll just send him over here. 8 turns. And we'll send the one that we're building in Casablanca to Krasnoyarsk. Is how I'd pronounce that city. So, we're looking at Tangier, Brandenburg Gate. 2 great scientist points, 4 extra culture. I think I'll settle for a market, to be honest, or maybe even a windmill. Choose some more production in Rabats. I don't know what we should go for. Maybe the Brandenburg Gate? I mean, why not? You never have too many different buildings around. And finally, if this turn finishes, which it will shortly, come over here. These guys are out of moves. We will finally build the Eiffel Tower as well as Broadway. But I'll leave it on a cliffhanger because I'm an asshole like that. We'll go ahead and finish off this episode now. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. We are going at a blistering pace now with 60 tourism. We should be well in the lead with pretty much everything. Well, we are score-wise, and we'll be well in the lead culturally as well. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back very shortly.